Well, you know what? Going live is great. Going live is incredible because going dead sucks. I was just
Yeah.
talking about how stagnation is worse than death because, like, where do dreams go to die? So, welcome everyone. I'm Nance. Kitty Foss is on YouTube with me. The amazing Kitty Foss, who I've been telling everybody about. I have so much to tell you about. Oh my God. So, Gnostic TV, let's fucking put it out there. Okay.
Gnostic TV. That sounds cool.
Yep. So, please look into that today.
Is it a subscription?
It's free.
It
Gnostic TV, Gnostic TV, Gnostic TV.
so is it
GNOSTI.
actually on TV? You look for
It's
it?
no, it's actually on the internet. So
Okay.
it's independent. So it means that I can say fuck as much as I want.
Oh, cool.
Right?
But my mother, rest her soul, my second mother, used to say about that word.
Oh,
She'd say, sing it to the tune of Jingle Bells. It takes all of the spice out of it. So she'd be like, fucking bells, fucking all the way. This is my mother.
Oh my
my mother would have been, let's see,
epic.
my mother would have been 90.
Epic.
How old,
Bells,
how old would she have been?
Right.
Yeah, she would have been 95 this year.
Oh my gosh. So I was on a call yesterday with Julia, the lady who introduced me to it, and Jay, the man who is one of the masters of it. And all of a sudden, deep in conversation, okay, this is how it's going to work. This is how it's going to work. And all of a sudden, I get this message from my boss. And he's not the boss of me, right? Like, remember this. He's not the boss of me. And I'm like, oh my God, what a cunt. And then Jay's like, oh, I love you, right? Like, you are just so spicy. You're going to do great. And in that moment, I hit still point. Right? And here we are talking about conflict resolution.
Conflict conversations we don't want to have. Funny of all things, because a lot of times we take turns picking. A lot of times I come up with the title, and this was not mine. And yet, yesterday I am listening to the second book of Jill Bolte Taylor called Whole Brain Learning. And she is talking about, we have 4 characters in our brain. She gives hers all names. And first character is the one that gets things done. Hers she calls Helen. They get things done. They're taskmasters. They're into what is supposed to be done. Let's get things done. The second one is that emotional component. This is all right brain. No. Left brain.
Resonate with Helen, right? Gets things done.
Yeah. Second, though, is the character that carries all the emotions and can be, all over the place and looks at the patterns and tries to make sense and tries to keep you protected and all of those things.
Yeah.
The third is the fun-loving one. And is always looking for fun and joy and only lives in the present. So it doesn't, the second and the third have, wait. One's trying to slow down. And the fourth is that spiritual doorway, the one that lives beyond, is in the body, but beyond the body. It's our real touch in the brain to the next level. And she was just talking about when you come from different parts of your body, your brain, in conflict resolution, in relationship, and that all of us are all 4, but some people have a preference. And she talks about when we match up and in conversations we don't want to have. And when you know what part of the brain somebody else is coming from, you're going to use a different part of your brain to try to deal with it.
Yep. This conversation for me stemmed with a coaching with Christopher and Christopher Rausch. He was talking about conflict resolution because that was the theme of the week with one of the group members. And we went from there. And let's be honest, most people would rather do almost anything than have a difficult conversation, right? Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right? Do we avoid it?
Yeah.
Delay it?
Mm-hmm.
Dance around it? Let's pretend it isn't there and hope it fixes itself.
Right.
Yeah. How much energy do we spend doing that shit, right?
Absolutely, ma'am.
Right? The fear of what might happen. Oh my God, I might be rejected.
Yeah. Might be rejected. I might be, well, it's also the inner conversation you're having with yourself. And even if you're not afraid to be rejected, you just don't want it to be uncomfortable. Sometimes I don't want to deal with other people's emotions, because then I've got to deal with mine. So avoidance is a key.
Oh my God, avoidance is huge. And I work with women who have men who have women, right? Oh my God, she's in menopause. I'm like, you know what? Let's dial that one back. She's in a season of her life. What season? And are you nurturing that season?
Speaking of TikTok, have you joined we don't care anymore? That's all about perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause.
Oh, that's a TikTok channel. We don't care anymore.
We don't care anymore. Yeah. And it's a wonderful comedian, a woman who she started it, and she actually did a lovely thing recently. It's been a year since she started, and it's huge. It's a huge following because she does, we don't care anymore. We're just putting the world on notice that as our bodies are driving us in different ways, we just don't care anymore. One of the funniest things she does as a skit is she calls them incident reports. Like when your brain isn't working. My favorite one so far has been the woman that was going to take packages to the store. She got to where she thought she was going. She got all her packages out. She got into line, got all the way through the line, only to realize she was at the bank, and she was at the bank teller with her packages. And it took her all the way to getting to the teller before she went, oh God, it's looking for your glasses that are on your head. It's all of those things that start to happen because the body is telling the brain,
oh my God. Well, and that's it too, right? This morning, Ralph left before me and the garage door was working. Now it's not working. So I'm waiting for the master to open the door. And it's that cool realization, right? The master to open the door. And I'm just like, oh, you can't make this shit up, right?
No, you really can't.
You just can't. You just can't. And I think that we stay quiet, swallow our words, and then where does that land, right?
Right. It's a conversation. I mean, one of the reasons I like this woman's site is we're just putting you on notice. We don't care anymore. It's what's called. We don't care anymore. Just there's too many other things going on, and all of these things trying to get done and for other people. And meanwhile, our bodies are going, and
it sucks in and absorbs. Yeah. And when I work with people, so often the conversation of the physical body comes up. Endometriosis has been a big one that's been coming up with my clients. Huge. I'm attracting younger clients. I love oh my God, I wish you were my mom. I'm like, got a few already. I would love to help mentor you. Let's work through this. Do you drink hibiscus tea? What do you do to root? What yogic positions can you try? What have you tried? Let's it's just, yeah.
So,
and how long do we drag those problems around? That potato salad, the one with the eggs that's getting stanky, and we carry it around with us. And then if you watch people's body language, I'm a huge body languager, and they're like,
yeah,
did somebody just fart? Yeah. No, it's me. And my
it's sulfur. We hit a sulfur bend. Yeah, right.
And if it's so many things. So many relationships have suffered because assumptions,
right,
replaced conversations.
Right. Very much. Very well, and that's that ass out of you and me thing. Assumption.
Oh, assumption. Ass out of you and me. I learned that when I worked at Gainers before I quit my job to go back to university to become a labor arbitrator.
The thing is, 4 agreements.
Mm.
One of them is make no assumptions. It's not, don't take things personally, do your best, and be impeccable with your word.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
And that's better to do. I mean, because if you're impeccable with your word with others, you're impeccable with your word with yourself, and spirit begins to get a better connection with you. They're like, hey.
well, and when I'm impeccable with my word, it kind of leads to I don't make as many assumptions. I don't know why anybody does anything.
My own business is
It's
barely my business.
my own business is barely my business. The line from a poem I learned in 4th grade that you'll hear me talk about it whenever I do readings is the line is, nobody sees what I can see, for back of my eyes there's only me. And no one knows what I can know, for only I hear my soul.
Yes.
And
then there's that, and then let's remember the very important word, but.
mm-hmm.
But. And exactly. Replace all your buts with ands, and your life will change radically.
So you'll know when it's a but, because when you use and, it's, do I hold 2 things, or do I, I used to really get upset with things, but now I don't. That's a but.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, that's a definite but. Right.
I am negating what I have to say, and those
I used
conversations.
to enjoy working with you, but I no longer carry this relationship forward into my future.
Right.
Or my future carries these things. And once we identify it, nurture. This part is so important.
Right. It and holds both sides. And is almost always really, you can even use and in both of ours and still be correct in what you're feeling. It's, can I hold both spaces? And that's part of the conversations. The biggest conversations we don't want to have sometimes are with ourselves. I have to admit, I remember spending a year, it was 2018, I think it was, where I'd say something like, I'm a little bit lazy. And I would add the sentence, but I'm okay. And I had to learn to say, and I'm okay, because I'd say, but I'm okay with it. No, it's, and I'm okay with it. I had to say it out loud for the conversation to accept myself, because there's the second part of my brain that's into the shoulds, and the first part of my brain is like, well, that won't get things done. And the second part is all the emotion. If you hide it, you'll be safer. Meanwhile, the third part of my brain's going, hey, this is no fun. Let me just tell you what it is. And she talks about having a brain huddle sometimes. Can I pause?
Oh my God, I love
that. And bring all the characters together and figure out who is first of all, where am I coming from? And second of all, who's best to help us work through it?
Yeah, compassion, right? Doing that compassionately with your many voices,
your characters,
your many selves. Yeah,
your characters. Your characters on your stage. Who shows up, and astrologically, we have different energies with our characters.
The cardinal, the fixed, the mutable, the planets. There's so much.
Fire, water, air, earth.
Yeah.
And other additional conversations that are happening in the background, or background players that are they have their own, agendas and conversations we don't want to have sometimes with all those characters.
Well, and there's all your characters, and then there's all the other person's characters. And like, what about this one? Do I want to be right? Or do I want
to be happy?
Bingo, resolution.
Filled with joy. Do I want to be right, or do I just want to be happy?
Right. Do I want to win, or do I want understanding? Do I want revenge?
Our topic for me used to be conflict resolution. For me to think I was going to be happy was not to have the conversation. And yet the energy was still there.
Yeah.
The avoidance didn't bring me to happiness, because it would come up in another pattern or resentment or,
Yeah. Well, and then there's the thought that most people think conflict destroys relationships. Sometimes it does, but healthy conflict often restores them. It restores honesty, trust, respect, authenticity.
Well, and when you're willing to have that and you encounter people that are not willing, they're defensive communicators, they weaponize their mood. That's a concept that recently I've really come to understand.
Weaponize their mood.
They
I like that.
it's really helped me detach from some people to go, oh, their shame, they're weaponizing to be defensive with me when I just said, hey, do we have any, mustard? Boy, but I didn't have time to go. And rather than going, I just asked, oh, they're weaponizing their mood, so I'm not going to engage in this conversation.
Yeah. Yeah. Does anyone have any Grey Poupon?
Yeah, and it's a very interesting concept.
There's the fun character.
Yeah, when you see someone who snaps or gets super defensive because they're in their own shame spiral, they're in their own second character in their brain, and you can start to go, oh, that's their mood. They're not willing in this conversation to repair our relationship. So don't keep going because they're not willing. You started it. They're not willing to. I love the concept of a conversation is about repairing what's happening because something seems off.
And if you can survive the discomfort,
yep.
Believe you can survive the discomfort.
Right. And if someone is weaponizing their mood, it isn't, and here's another agreement, it isn't personal. It's about them weaponizing what's happening in their head. I posted on, actually, I'd love to read it.
Yes, please.
I posted on Storytelling Astrologist on Facebook.
Storytelling Astrologist on Facebook.
Something that really, along with the weaponizing your mood, really struck me. It's called Think Differently. Not all your thoughts are yours. You're constantly swimming in a field of information with a human brain that works like a radio receiver. It receives ideas and thoughts based on the frequency you're tuned to. When people don't actively choose their thoughts, they then think what their environment tells them to think. There's that second character, the patterns and stuff. Those people aren't becoming who they're meant to be. They're becoming who they're told to be. Align your mind daily. Tune yourself to the frequency of who you're choosing to be. Choose joy. Choose that third character and the fourth character. This is the part that really had me thinking. Tune yourself to the frequency you're choosing to be. Your entire life happens within your mind. Your entire life happens within your mind. And you always have the power to transform your mind. When you really get this, everything will change.
So interesting. You saying all of this, I'm really reflecting on the parts of me that have been creative in Canva, because there's the very mind person. Just because some people are fueled by drama doesn't mean you have to attend a performance. Very mind. Emotion has been ones like pessimists see the mug half empty, optimists are already brewing another cup. That funny humor part says, I don't make milkshakes because I don't want anybody in my fucking yard. I like that one the best.
Yeah.
My milkshake brand. No milkshakes.
Yeah.
No milkshakes.
It's your entire world is in your mind. It really, really hit me the other day. I'm like, wow. So one of the reasons why other people's weaponizing of what's in their mind is not my business. My own life's barely my business, because however I've interpreted things, still to this day, it's my mind. When you think about how you see out, I'm like, well, that's true. Everything that I process comes through this, and
mind. It's all mind.
It's mind.
Well, and you know what? Choosing joy isn't about, sometimes it's not about feeling better. Sometimes it means telling the truth.
Having a conversation.
Having the conversation, setting the boundary.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes choosing joy means having the conversation.
Yep.
Yeah.
And when you find yourself caught in mind loops and you've found yourself attracting the same person, giving you, reinforcing that mind loop,
Mm-hmm.
the boundary, the conversation is also the gentleness with yourself. I really don't want, this isn't the kind of people I want to be dealing with anymore.
Well, and you know what? With me, cutting cords has always been very powerful for me. And if you don't know how to cut cords, then you're just like, it's like your intestines are coming out of you and people are pulling at it.
Yeah.
Once you learn how to cut energetic cords, so much changes in life.
Right.
Yeah. Well, fuck, this was fun.
Wow, it went fast.
It went so fast. You know, I was making a soap this morning and it's got the ding. Oh my gosh, so exciting because I'm doing a custom soap. And the colors need to be a soft pink and a white. Well, I put avocado butter in the oils. It's fucking green. There's no getting the green out. So it became spearmint. And I will make another one.
And remember not to put the avocado.
Exactly. There's so many options with blending. I'm having so much fun with soaps. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's very good. Today's task for me is reclaiming part. We have arrived at Maine late, and my garden, the weeds are winning.
Oh shit.
So today, my goal, I'm not going to say I'm going to get all the weeds, first of all, because it's getting hot. Secondly, I'm just going to get the red tipped grass out because there's a lot of it. And start to.
Right. Yeah. Start with that part. Do you know that if you pour vinegar on them, they will die?
Right. The only problem is they're in the midst of my salvia. So will the salvia. So we'll be pulling it out. Yes, I have 70, and percentage vinegar makes a big difference too. Yes. I have a 75% concentrate. And I just need to pull some of it out. Like my husband's going to weed whack a whole strip of grass, and then I'll come back. I mean, we're talking tick haven. So, you know.
Oh, that's right. The ticks. Oh, yo. Okay. Yeah. Well,
so I will be doused and covered. I have gardening sleeves. I also have something called Allegheny ants. Ever heard of them?
Allegheny ants?
Mm-hmm.
No.
They're a cousin of the fire ant. I didn't think we had any real biting ants up north. South has them. They're a cousin. They live around blueberry fields because they eat saplings, especially like birch and.
We would have them then. We would have them.
Right. The first layer of as forest starts to take over, and they bite, and that's what they feed on, and it kills the young trees so that the blueberries can exist.
Wow.
So, Allegheny ants. Yep.
Allegheny ants.
I had to look it up because first of all, it was a giant mound, which is like, that's a fire ant thing. This is Maine. What
is this?
I looked it up and I said,
Allegheny.
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 An Allegheny ant.
No, Aunt Allegheny.
Aunt. I mean, I'm from Detroit. I say aunt, but I've learned out here I say aunt. You know,
well, aunt is very British. I feel aunt.
Well, it truly is the word AUNT. It's not ANT. It's AUNT. Aunt. Yeah. So, and on that note, and by the way, isn't AU gold in the periodic table?
Yes, it is.
Aunts are golden.
Aunts are golden. Yes.
So.
Yes. Excellent. Right. What a blast.
We'll be back.
We'll be back. See you next Wednesday.
See you next Wednesday.